Hey there, and welcome to this episode of Thoughts from the Car. Today I wanted to share a couple books I've been reading in the last couple weeks and got some good insights from, especially for purging, cleaning. I did another big purge in May, and I've noticed how great my house feels and how easy it is to pick up. It's wonderful. And these books gave me a little bit of that motivation, and I wanted to share some of it with you. So the first one was The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning. And the idea of this is it's written by an elderly lady. I think she was around 65, 70 when she wrote the book. And she was sharing in Sweden, a lot of people, when they get to that age, start death cleaning. And this is basically going through and cleaning things up for their family and friends that will have to take care of their possessions when they die. Now, this sounds maybe a little bit like, that's morbid. But it's done very well in the book. And it actually is something I have thought about a lot, even as a young mother of almost 4. I still think, what if I died? What would people find? What would become the treasures of my life or the stories of my life? What would I be leaving behind for people, not just in a legacy of who I was, but also in things that they'll remember me by? What will actually be special? What do I not want people to find? What do I need to burn? Or, whatever it is. And so here's a couple thoughts from The Art of Swedish Death Cleaning that I thought were really great. As you're going through, and this is not necessarily a new thought, but it's a good reminder, keep what is useful, what you are currently using, and beautiful to you. If something is not either useful right now or something you love, beautiful, it's time to move on. It's time to move on. It's time to get rid of it. That's just a rule that I've gone by for a while, but a good reminder. 2, does everything have a home? And this is what I have been feeling the relief of lately, because we redid a room, got rid of over half the storage in that room. It was the game room, the book room, the movie room, the electronic drawers. We got rid of over half the storage. So for a while, not everything had a home because I had ordered new furniture that hadn't come yet, and it was driving me crazy. But the furniture came, everything has a home now, and we are feeling this relief of it is so easy to pick up. And I've shared the 2/3 rule of if you can get it to where it's only 2/3 full, it's so easy to put things away. And I have been feeling that in my house, and it's such an amazing feeling. So does everything have a home? Does it have a place where it lives? When I'm even in the store with my kids, I'll say, oh, that's a neat thing, but where would it live? It doesn't have a home in our home. And it's something that they're kind of starting to process as well. 3, don't hold on to sorrow. And I would add to this guilt, whether it's clothes, whether it's sentimental items, a scrapbook, pictures, a letter, a notebook that you wrote deep thoughts in. If it has a lot of sorrow in it when you see it again, when you pick it up, if it brings up feelings of guilt, God is a forgiving God. We don't need to keep reminders of sin and guilt or darkness in our lives. And so I would just say, or even just a hard season that you don't want to have to remember, write that in the sand and let the wind and the waves and the rain wash it away, and let go of things that cause guilt, that cause sorrow, things that you don't want to be remembered by when you're gone. I thought that was a great one. Take time. This is not a rush. Now, she's also talking about specifically death cleaning and how this is like going through all your things, basically preparing your home for someone else to deal with when you're gone. But she was saying it's not a rush. Sometimes when we rush through things, especially like photos, special items, we can get rid of things and then regret it. So she was encouraging to, it's not a race. Just take your time, go through, make sure you're taking care of yourself as well while you're doing all of this. I thought that was great. Okay, Essentialism is my second book. And this one's not actually about minimalism. It's more of a lifestyle of choosing the things that are essential, just what it sounds like. In this book, I'm still in probably the first fourth to third of it. It's been really great, really interesting. Here's a couple of thoughts from the beginning that I wanted to share. And this one, I had never heard this before, so this was really interesting. The word priority became a word around the 1400s. It was not a plural word until the 1900s. So in other words, we didn't say my priorities are until like the last 100 years. Before that, for about 500 years, people would say my priority is. Oh, wow. That's kind of powerful, actually. Like now we have, my top 10 priorities in life. It used to be one. Mine would be to love and serve Jesus well. That's the top thing in my life. And then thinking, does everything that I'm doing fall under that? Like, does it fit under that? Does it match that lifestyle? Does it match that goal for me? So priority. Oh, that was really good. The second thing is living a life true to myself. So purposefully, deliberately, strategically eliminating non-essentials. This is something I feel like I've done the last 3 years of my life, 4 years of my life, where I have kind of started thinking simplicity, intentionality. What do I really want? And it is, especially going into season of 4 kids soon, it's a lifesaver. It's a brain saver. It's an emotion saver. It's a stress saver of let's do what's really important to me, my life, I'm getting into the next one. The third thing is what inspires me, what are my talents, and what is a deep need in the world. And those are the things I'm going to go after. It inspires me. I'm actually gifted at doing it. And it's a deep need that the world has that I can help with. The reason I have this channel, I see so many moms that are drowning. I sometimes still feel like I'm drowning, but in past years, it's been way worse. And I found these tips and tricks that have helped me so much that I want to help other moms with. And it's something that I'm gifted with. It's something that I've paid a lot of attention to the last few years. And I feel like I have knowledge that I can share. And so, and it definitely inspires me. I have so much fun helping women with their clothes, helping women rethink how they organize and do their houses and all the things. So, take a step back, think about maybe your summer plans, your summer activities. What is essential? What are the key truths you want your kids to learn this summer? What are the skills you want them to learn? What are the, for me, actually, one thing I want my kids to learn is not to be hurried. And so we try to take things really slow. We're doing swimming lessons basically all June. Okay. That's also a priority of mine is my kids swimming. But with that, I'm trying to make sure we leave plenty of time so it's not get in the car, we gotta go. Unhurried. We have time. We have plenty of time to get there. We're not in a hurry. It's what our plan is for this morning. And we're not trying to cram a whole bunch of other stuff in. We're unhurried. And so I just challenge you to take a step. Think of what your essentials are. What do you have to have? And be intentional about maybe minimizing them. Maybe I'll share more on this book later. I'm going to try to read through it this weekend. But I'm also having a quite large Paw Patrol birthday party for my kids. So we'll see how the book goes. The last thing I wanted to mention is I am going to do a challenge in June, starting on June 15th. I'd love for you to join me. I'm going to put the link down in the box, and we're going to do a 30-day challenge to minimize our things, our closets. each day you're gonna have a list, and each day there's gonna be something to minimize. So I think one of them is something old, something torn, something you know you should get rid of but you just haven't. And there's a whole list of the 30 things. It's gonna be so much fun. I have recently minimized my clothes a lot, but I'm still gonna try to do it, at least on the days that I can. And I would love for you to join us. Just click the link, put in your email, you'll get the list right as we're starting. And then when the challenge starts, June 15th, I will start sending not daily emails, just emails of encouragement and reminders. So I'd love for you to join us, and I hope to see you there.